All right. So we found 2 cruises leaving from Miami, going to similar destinations, same length, same time of year. But one of them was double the price. Whoa. So the question is Virgin Voyages actually worth it? Or are you just paying for the vibe? Because at first glance, this didn't make any sense.
So what up, fam? I'm Robin.
This is Saeed.
And we are UVenture Travel. And we break down cruises and general travel so you can make the best decision for your time and your money. So real quick, this video idea actually came from one of you. So shout out to you who comment in the videos. So this video, there was a comment on our video, is Virgin Voyages really worth it? From Lewis K8742. And they said, it'll be good to know how the costs compare to another company when you have the extras that closely match what is in Virgin Voyages. And we were like, you know what? That's a good point. So this video is a full breakdown of exactly that. So make sure you keep those comments coming because we actually do read them and respond to them. And clearly we turn them into videos. So we can't wait to hear more from you.
So here's what we're comparing. On one side, we have Carnival Cruise Line, a 5-day cruise leaving out of Miami. On the other side, Virgin Voyages, also 5 nights, also leaving from MIA. So on paper, these cruises look very similar. They both leave from Miami. They're both roughly about the same length, and they even share one of the same ports, Grand Turk in this case. But when you look at the price, that's where things start to get a little different.
All right, so for our dates that we looked at a cruise coming up this summer. Carnival came to about $1,782 for 2 people, and this was in a central balcony cabin. But Virgin Voyages came out to $3,868. What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's almost double.
Actually, more than double, really.
Yeah. So, but before we get into the money, I wanted to talk about where these cruises actually go because that's where it gets really interesting.
So Carnival was going to Grand Turk, Half Moon Key, and Celebration Key. Virgin, however, was only going to Grand Turk and then their beach club in Bimini, which is in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm. So technically, both of these cruises have private destinations, but when you really dig into it, you realize they're not the same type of experience.
Right.
So with Carnival, we've been to Half Moon Key with our family. It was really fun. It's like just a good beach day. Same with Celebration Key, one of Carnival's newest islands. It feels like just a classic cruise private island, big beaches, lots of spaces, a lot of do your own thing kind of day. But Virgin is different.
Right. They're more, when you go to Bimini, which is their stop, their private island in the Bahamas, it's really more like a beach club resort experience, right? You got lounge chairs, you got music playing, DJ set up around the pool, pool vibes if you want it, beach balls, the whole shebang. Or they do have more relaxed beach areas too, if you just want to be able to chill out on the sand and just have a little more chill vibe. And so overall, Virgin's options just feel a little more curated, a little more elevated even in that way.
Mm-hmm. So the easiest way for you to think about this is Carnival gives you more stops, but Virgin gives you a more curated experience. So let's talk about what we're actually paying for because that's the part that really matters, the part that you're actually paying. So I told you Virgin Voyages had that big price tag of $3,868. But if you look into it, it includes a lot. With that price, the $3,868, you're getting Wi-Fi, all of your dining, which if you looked at any other Virgin Voyages videos, you know that all the dining is, first of all, amazing fresh food.
Right.
And all this, they don't have a buffet or main dining room. So it's all specialty dining. Every night you get to go to different restaurants. They also have fitness classes that's already included. You get entertainment. You also get soda. So soda and other drinks come with the package. It's not an extra package.
Right.
And you also get water that's brought to your room daily. And then that price even included the prepaid gratuities. With the way Virgin Voyages does it, it gives you a little bit of a discount if you prepay the gratuities. So what you see with Virgin Voyages is pretty close to what you pay at the surface. But then you also have the bar tab. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Right. So the way that the bar tab works, so Virgin, which is opposite of most cruise lines, they don't have what you would think of as a traditional drink package. They have what's called a bar tab, and basically just a quick thing on what that is. Basically, your cabin can allocate a certain amount of money towards your, I'll say, adult beverages on the ship. Now, the catch with this, where it makes Virgin is it's flexible in that way. So when we talk about that, we had a $500 bar tab that we added, but it actually gives you $600 to spend. So that's actually the first thing. You get a little bit extra on top of what the original amount is that you allocated. So you're getting bonus value right there. Let that sink in for a second. We paid $500 towards the bar tab, but we actually have $600.
Yeah, so Virgin basically just gives you $100 extra for an incentive for you getting that bar tab.
Right.
And the amounts vary depending on how much
how much spend. Your bonus is increases with the amount that you put on.
So with the $500, the $100 is the bonus.
Right. Now, on top of that, there's just real flexibility here that you don't get in traditional cruise drink packages. So in most cruise drink packages, everybody in the room has to drink it. All of the, every adult has to pay for it. All of those things. With Virgin, you can add more if you want. You can spend less if you want. And the critical thing, you can even share it with people, right? So that $500 is yours to spend however you choose. Mm-hmm. So that in and of itself is something that when we talk about the curated experience that Virgin offers, that's just one other thing there that really makes that feel a little more elevated, a little more premium even. It's like, whoa, I can do with this what I want. I'm not locked in to some of the restrictions that other cruise lines, offer with their drink packages.
For sure. So let's take a deeper look now at Carnival, because this is where the price starts to change. So you have your base price, which is $1,782. Remember, this is for double occupancy balcony cabin. So that sounds great, right? It's like, okay, we can handle this. We put our little coins to the side. We can do this. But but now let's add in the things that people can realistically pay for. So I'm going to show you exactly how we got to these numbers. All right, so first you have gratuities. For this selling, they came out to about $170 total for 2 people. And that's pretty standard across most Carnival cruises. Mm-hmm. Next, you have the drink package. Like Saeed was stating, with Carnival, the drink package, you have to pay per day, per adult in the room. Every adult has to purchase it if you do. And you have to purchase it for the length of the cruise. So for Carnival, the drink package is about $85 per person per day. So if you add that up and multiply for 2 adults over 5 days, that's $850 worth of drinking.
850.
Now, you do have kind of unlimited drinks with that. You can get usually up to about 15 drinks per day within a 24-hour period. Right. But like I said, everybody has to pay that. So the $850 is for 2 people. And then the Wi-Fi. So with the Virgin Voyages, the Wi-Fi was included. So if we wanted to get the similar Wi-Fi, this is like just your basic Wi-Fi plan, not the premium. It's about $24 per person per day if you pre-purchase it. So again, for 2 people, 5 days, you're looking at about $240.
And just even a quick tidbit about that, a lot of those additional add-ons like drink packages, Wi-Fi, things like that, generally are cheaper before the cruise. You can still get them once the ship is sailing, but normally in most cases you will pay a little bit more on the boat.
So in this scenario, we're giving you the pre-cruise pricing just because, so we wanted just to compare it as much as possible to Virgin, right? So then you have the specialty dining. So on the Carnival, you don't have to do specialty dining, but we wanted just to compare it to a similar experience that you would get on Virgin Voyages, right? So this one is a little tricky because the pricing can be different based on the
restaurant.
Right. So what can be the range?
So in this case, the different restaurants that Carnival have range anywhere from $35 per person to $65, maybe for like their steakhouse or something like that. So to average it out for the sake of the math, let's say we said let's look at it on average about $40 a person per restaurant, specialty dining venue that you wanted to go to. So for a few meals during the cruise,
and we did it for 5 meals just so that it could compare to the Virgin experience.
Right.
So 5 specialty dining,
and at $40 per person comes out to $400 total over the length of the cruise. So basically that meant if you got one specialty meal per day, the two of you, then it came out to about $400 total. And so none of these are random numbers, right? These is all data that we pulled directly from the cruise lines, and it's based on typical pricing and what most people actually end up spending on board if you look at the averages. Now, you could, of course, spend less. Everybody can tighten their pockets as much as they need to. But this is a realistic kind of middle of the road, mid-range scenario just to give you, as best we could, an apples to apples comparison of both cruise lines.
Yes. So now is the question. When you add all of those things into Carnival, what is your grand total? Drum roll. So adding all of those things in, you're at around $3,400. So this is big here. So you see that's a $2,000 price difference. And it drops to just a few $100s cheaper than that Virgin Voyages total price that has similar amenities there, right?
Right. So big deal. You jumped, like you said, almost $2,000 where it's much closer now. So now that we've given you that information, if that's been helpful so far to see what that comparison is and to kind of, peel back the curtain and kind of look in a little bit, go ahead and subscribe. Let us know that this is helpful for you, because we're breaking down real cruise costs like this, all the time, right? And honestly, this stuff adds up fast if you don't know what to look for. So again, as we always say, we'll tell you one more time before we're done. If you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let us know that we're sharing the information that you'll be able to use when you're planning your next cruise.
And most importantly, become part of our travel community. All right. So now we're back from that sponsored message, right? So let's talk about the drink strategy comparison. This is really where the difference really shows up, right? So with Virgin, you've got to spend, you spent $600.
You put in $5.
And you got $600 to spend. You can share it. You can control it, and you only pay for what you actually use. With Carnival, it's completely different. If you want the drink package, like we said, every adult has to buy it. It's about $85 per day per person, and you cannot share it. So even if one person barely drinks,
both of you are paying.
So you hope that you and your cabin mate are on one accord. That both of y'all can go hard. Then
go hard together.
But it kind of is disappointing when there's one person that's like, I'm chilling, and the other person wants to, enjoy their vacation in that way. And that's a really big difference.
Right. So at this point, we run through all the numbers, what Carnival really looks like when you crunch it versus what Virgin looks like off the top. The real difference really isn't just about price. It's about the experience, right? It's about how do those two things make you, how do those two lines, how are they going to make you feel when you're in the ship? So with Virgin, you're getting adults only, it's more elevated dining, fewer extra decisions, a more all-inclusive feel, really. And if you remember from the top, that beach club style experience. That's what you're going to get with Virgin.
And with Carnival, you're getting a lower starting point. You're getting more ports, a more traditional cruise experience,
Mhm.
and more flexibility depending on what you want to spend. So the verdict is there's no right
Or wrong answer.
or wrong way to do it. If you're the type of traveler who's going to pay for drinks, Wi-Fi, and specialty dining anyway, then Virgin actually gets a lot closer in price than it first looks.
But if you're trying to cruise on a budget, which, hey, nothing wrong with that either, and you don't need all those extras that Robin just mentioned, Carnival, in most cases, is still going to give you the better deal overall and give you the bigger bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm. So it just really all comes down to, do you want more stops or do you want a more curated experience? So let us know which one you would choose. I know for us, it depends on the scenario.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we've gone on large family cruise vacations, we've done Carnival because it's kind of like pay what you can.
Right.
Like there's a low entry point, it's a low barrier so that we can get the most people to go.
And then those that want to upscale, if you will, and add the extras, they can. And the ones that don't, they won't.
Right. So, but if there's a time when we want more of a luxurious thing, and maybe if it's just us or a smaller group, then we might go towards something towards Virgin Voyages. So it just really depends on the scenario. But like, there's no right or wrong way. But if you're planning your next cruise or even your next travel that may be beyond a cruise, just check out our other videos so that we can continue to break all of this down and you can become just part of our travel community. And just remember that because these cruises might look similar on paper,
but how you experience them will be completely different based on what cruise line you're on.
Absolutely.
All
right.
So until next time,
Peace.